especially black people. Please watch over us, God. This community blessing. Good for all our sins. Christ name I pray. Amen.
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 Now we will hear from Sister Evelyn Moorhead. I would like to introduce Dr. J Hargrove. He's a historian. We're proud to have him be a part of this today. Thank you, Dr. Hargrove, for coming forward.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
When I say veto, you say SB 24. Veto!
SB 24.
Veto!
SB 24.
Veto!
SB 24.
And don't forget it. Give yourselves a big round of applause.
Thank you.
I stand here today on the steps of the Arkansas Capitol. Excuse me. I stand here today on the steps of the Arkansas Capitol. Steps to remind us that we are not stepchildren. Steps to remind us that just a few feet away we gathered for the dedication of the Little Rock 9 statue on August 29, 2005. The same year, 2005, that they started the Stand Your Ground law in Florida, where Travon Martin was murdered because the self-defense was that they were standing their ground. I stand on the steps of the Arkansas State Capitol today, just 9 months ago. We stood here when George Floyd was viciously murdered. We came to these very same steps to protest injustice.
Yes.
We're here today to protest injustice and to ask the governor, let's ask the governor to veto SB 24.
Yes.
Let's ask him. Let's ask him. SB 24 is controversial. It separates our Arkansans from one another. We need to be unified in this effort to bring about change in our community. SB 24, we learned in college when I was receiving my PhD degree that there are two types of legislation. There's legislative intent and legislative language. The legislative language that is used in SB 24 is not the type of language that will move this state forward, because the intent of the legislation is harmful.
Yeah.
Remember when they took out the various provisions in there so it could pass, particularly they put in about colors and games, and you can approach someone if their intent is to commit murder or harm. You can stand your ground. They also put into the bill the effects that when you are passing by and you have a gun and you're on somebody else's property and it's not your property, you can stand your ground if you feel threatened or harmed. The legislative intent, even though they may take that from the law, the bill, it goes to a judge. And in this country, we have the legislative, judicial, and the executive branches of government. When it leaves the legislature, They are the ones in the judicial branch that interpret the law. The interpretation of SB 24 is up to the hands of the judges. Whether or not you intended to cause harm, we can allow that person to stand their ground and to go free without any consequences. So SB 24 bill exists to kill, exists to kill legally. And it's very little that you can do about this particular situation. Let us remind the governor, let us remind him of the harm of SB 24. And then we can feel as though that class of 2000, and I'm an educator, where they said they want you to be the best. They want our state to be the best. They want our nation to be the best. And they want our world to be the best. So as I end this message, in a civil rights style, I want you to pause and think, if only for a little while, that the purpose of life is to serve humanity.
Yes, sir.
And if we
Amen.
all come together, we can all be free. Let us think about this world and the great possibility within, for it is love of our world's children that makes us all kin. Every day, share a kind word or even a song with someone, and then you'll be able to say, as that class of 2000, and the poem says, I want to be the best that I can be because I want to see the best come out of me. I want to know all there is to know because I want to go where the green grass grows. Thank you, and I love you all.